kicker Graham Gano set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
They start the drive with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
On third down, Cousins. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants. But his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Excellent recognition, and none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Daniil Hunter buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And the first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
It was Jalen Smith who worked through to make that stop. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Gano's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Cousins now to throw on first down. They'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. (6-0) our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Play fake. Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To the air again, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Complete to Saquon Barkley.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. They'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Cousins out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
From the 38, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, here's Cousins. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, it's Cousins. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. They still can't get it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Cousins. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's roll.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They'll throw again. Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Joseph is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Nifty running by Barkley there on 1st down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Gets it quickly to Galladay. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. That's complete to Slayton. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, New York.
Let's do this, man.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
They'll run with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Cook up the gut. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins to throw it. Forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll be out right at the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. And we return return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Cousins now. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
They run it again with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Left side, Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is,
and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the 1st as he's dropped at the 46. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They can't read us straight up. Let's go, fellas. Let's go, bro.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Down to the 42, second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, Barkley. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Second and 11 now. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment